Harivam. A small analysis on the Kaliya Mardhan of Sri Krishna. It is one of his Leela only. But what is the significance of this Kaliya Mardhan? So let us just elucidate with a small viewpoint. Actually, the Kaliya, that means the huge serpent near the Yamuna rivers, it was making the rivers, the water of the rivers poisonous. And so when all the people of the Gokulam, they went to Lord Krishna and asked him to save them, because in those days only the drinking water was from the river only, and everyone used to play by the side of the river, bring the river water and everything. So they asked him to save them and relieve them from the poisonous waters of the Yamuna and make it purified. So this is a small aspect factor. But when we come to the picture, we find that Kaliya serpent got 5 heads. There are 5 hoods we can see, and Lord Krishna dancing on the middle hood. So by this we can understand that Kaliya serpent got 5 hoods, and from all the 5 hoods it was spilling out poison, which was poisoning the Yamuna river waters. And so the Lord, he just wanted to see that the water would be useful for all the people in Gokula. So he just took out the ego of Kaliya and made the pure water of the river Yamuna pure. So here, why Kaliya suddenly it started spilling the poison is, it just wanted to make all possible ways difficult for the people of Gokulam. It wanted to put the people in trouble, because without water, no one can do anything. And so, in a way, it wanted to trouble the people of Gokulam who were very happy. And with all its power, that mighty power, whatever it is, it started spilling out the poison venom, despite the people of Gokulam praying not to spill and make the water poisonous. And it did not stop spilling until Krishna danced, jumped onto its hood and started dancing, because it was full of ego that no one could do for him anything. So the ego was much more than anything, that he simply, as the wicked thought came to spoil the waters of Yamuna, he just started spilling the venom. So this is one side of the coin. Now coming to the other side. Actually, in any picture of Kaliya and Lord Krishna, we find that there are 5 hoods. And why only 5 hoods are there? There can be 7 or 10 or 15 or anything, any number of hoods. Because only pictures. And even in Bhagavatam also we see that the serpent that gave shelter for Lord Krishna when he was born in the middle of the night, it also had five hoods. So here this Kali serpent also got five hoods, only five. So let us examine this one. The five hoods represent the five senses. So sense organs, Jnanendriyas. So we perform any action with the karmendriyas only by the insist of the Jnanendriyas. If the Jnanendriyas don't see, don't think of see any evil and put that into action with the karmendriyas, no harm will be done. But here the Gyanendriyas all, just as we can see the hood spilling out the venom outside, not inside. So here the sense organs also are all opened towards outside. So the knowledge or the wisdom, whatever it is, wisdom is the thought that arises from the knowledge we get. So the knowledge what we get is from all the sense organs. The eyes that see, the ears that hear, the nose that smells, the tongue that tastes, and the skin that responds. So here, when such is the case, so he just thought when all these Jnanendriyas, they always try to run outside the world, then the minds will be occupied with so many outside material things. So the external beauties or the wants. So external beauty means when the eye see something beautiful, then a desire will automatically come in our minds that we want to acquire that what is beautiful. So here in the same way, if we hear any bad words or abusal words, the ears hear, and it is the mind or that must think that means the discrimination that whether we should use the words or no. But if it doesn't think what we hear with the ears, we start saying the same thing. So in the everything, all the sense organs which are outside. So here, what we hear, we speak out. The tongue. So tongue is not only to taste what we eat, but it is also to speak out whatever we hear. So the Lord, what he thought, why he jumped onto the hood of this Kaliya and just he wanted to take out the ego. He wanted to take out the ego from this out of this Kaliya so that it will surrender at the Lord's feet. So here he also knows that unless the sense organs are brought under control of a person, so the actual essence of the life will not be understood. The actual beauty of the life will not be made clear to the human beings, to the human mind. So here he simply wanted to take out the ego. Only when the ego is removed, only when the sense organs are brought under control, the physical organs, that means the karmendriyas, they to be under control. If the sense organs are not brought under control, the mind will not be in our control, and we do all vicious things that which are not useful for anybody, but simply they ruin. They create a lot of turmoils in the lives of others. So, so here the Lord he just wanted to take out the ego from us. That means indirectly, let us say that the sense or the hoods of the Kaliya represent our five senses. So here, if these senses are brought under control only, we will know the actual reality. When we know the reality only, we will be able to know the self, the real self, and we will surrender at his feet. So here, what he wanted to tell us, the message what he wanted to give through this Kaliya Mardan is that when the ego from a man goes out, then we become sublime. Then we become down to the earth persons. It's only then we can surrender everything at his lotus feet, thinking that with the only thought that he is the subject, verb, and object. That means he is the karta, karma, and kriya, and we are nothing. We are nothing. In fact, we are nothing in front of nature. Why about God? Nature is nothing but God. So if he thinks anything, anything will happen at the wink of the eye. So what is there for us to be egoistic? So here we have to we have to come to a sublime state so that we will know the reality. Otherwise, in the uppermost mind, we always think that whatever we achieve, whatever we do, it is only because of our power, our capacities. But we forget who gave us the capacities. If this simple thought comes into our mind that we are nothing, it's only when He gives us the capacity we can do anything. It's only when gives us, let us say, Sangeet, a musician. If the Lord gives him that musician's touch with his hand, then only he can become a musician. A person can become an orator. A person can become a literator. A person can become a doctor. So, likewise, whatever it is, like in the Bhagavata, that woman with a hunch, when she wanted to put the garland around the Lord's neck, she could not reach him because he was tall, and that woman, because of hunch, she was very low. She could not reach him. So here, what he did, but yet she tried. She tried to put the garland into his neck, and the garland adorned. The moment the garland adorned the Lord's neck, the Lord put his hand over her hunch, and she turned out to be a very beautiful woman. She prostrated near the Lord, at the Lord's feet. So that is the power of the Lord. So, what is there for us to be proud of? What is there for us to be egoistic? There is nothing. So, we didn't bring anything into the world. We didn't, at the time of being born, we don't know anything. We learn everything from the world. We learn everything because of His grace. Otherwise, there are so many people who hear but they don't learn. So, when we learn, when we know the actual reality, then we will know that these senses are always trying to run outside, alluring us to all sides, running after the materialistic things, forgetting our real nature. So only when we bring the senses under control we can know the reality. So here the Kaliya Mardan, he just wanted to give us the message that we also, when we bring the senses under control only, we can know the reality and we can come out of the egoism. We will not be proud for anything of any of our achievements, and we will surrender at his lotus feet. We will come to that sublimity. So we see so many great personalities, so surrendering themselves at the Lord's feet. So here Einstein, the great scientist, he also said that he thought he achieved so much. He invented so much of scientific inventions. But then he said, finally he said that what he knew was nothing, was very minute when compared to the great master of the universe. So yeah, that's why we must seek the master of the universe, but not what is made. If we always try to seek what is made by the master, we'll be attracted towards that with our senses. So, but if we know that the maker is the master, then we will know that okay, because if the master is not, then nothing would be there in the world. Then we'll surrender at his lotus feet. So this is just a small analysis on the Kaliya Mardhan of Lord Krishna in the Bhagavatam. Hari Om.